Okay, here we are. It is time for Quarantine Questions with Brad. I have my guest live and in studio, and by that I mean outside. And when we thought about doing this, I'm like, we should sit next to each other. I didn't realize how big I look next to Sarah, but we're still going with it, all right? We're just doing this. So, yeah, I asked her, could she lean forward? I'll do it. All right, so anyway, we're going to do this. Again, there are a lot of places to get serious news nowadays. This is not one of them. So this is going to be Questions with Sarah. Now, she is very excited about this, but
For the record, I'm terrified.
There are lots of people I thought of to do a Zoom call with, but with it being Easter week and everything else, it just feels like no. You do the awkward thing of on TV where you just kind of look off. Yeah, okay. Don't look at either place. Okay. All right.
Keep going.
All right, so are we ready? Yeah. Sarah, are you ready?
No.
She does not know the questions I'm going to ask, which is terrifying to her, but here we go. There's, this is, for those of you who don't know, this is my lovely wife, Sarah. So there we go. I'm guessing everyone who was watching this would know that, but anyway. Let's start with the basics. For those who don't know, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Africa.
Not just Africa, come on, be a little specific.
I grew up in Liberia,
in Africa, a big city?
On the west coast, in a tiny little village without any running water or electricity.
Yeah, she was made for this quarantine. I mean, it is just...
I'm in my element.
Yeah, she is. She is knitting me new jeans to wear every day. I don't know if you can knit jeans, but all right.
But we're not knitting toilet paper. We're good on that.
To clarify for people at home, did you or did you not have a pet monkey? There's a picture. I wish I could put it up right now of Sarah with a monkey.
With
or was
monkey.
It a pet?
It was not my pet.
And why was it not?
My mom wouldn't let me.
Because?
Because she said she changed diapers on 4 kids and she wouldn't do it on a monkey. And now that I've changed diapers on 3 kids, I can understand a little bit better.
There we go. All right, so what were some of the just random pets you had while in Africa?
I had something called a lesser bush baby, which has like eyes that are this big, but it's a tiny little thing.
Different than the greater bush baby.
Yes, it's tiny and it was so cute. And then I had a little deer called a diker deer. And my sister had something called a genet, and that's an amazing like nocturnal creature. And I had a civet cat, which looks like a skunk, but it's the size of a dog, but it's like a cat. And it's awesome. And its name was Sugar Lips. And
we will, which is strangely my nickname from Sarah.
And I had 3 owls.
All right, so there we go.
Moving on.
If you have questions, we'll save for another time army ants. That's a different thing. But all right,
most of my Africa stories end in tragedy. We'll just leave it at that.
You went to high school in California.
Yes,
How many cans of hairspray did you go through in a week?
Aquanet.
Would you say?
I had the bangs that were like straight up with like the cool little curl.
Would you say 3 cans a week?
Oh yes. Oh, maybe a day.
She's now protecting the ozone, I think, but they're just to make up for that. Favorite book you've ever read?
Oh my goodness.
I know. Not fair to ask you that. I know. One of your favorites. So
Moving on.
We'll pull back. One of the favorite books.
One of my favorites. One of the books that impacted me the most, this is kind of a weird one, was from a class in college. It was called The Confessions of St. Augustine, and it changed me like in big ways inside. One of my favorite, I love the C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia. Me and my kids have been reading this series called The Wingfeather Saga by Andrew Peterson. That's like a current. I love that story. It's awesome. I have so many.
All right. Well, that's a good. We'll go with those.
Okay.
So there you go. You can get those for while you're staying at home. Read those books. I hear you met your husband in college. How long did it take before you married him, and what took you so long to realize how cool he really is?
How long did it take?
No, it's a pretty simple question. How long did it take before you married him?
It took 9.5 years.
And what took you so long to realize how cool he is?
How long do we have?
There we go. All right. All right, what's one time one of your kids made you truly LOL? I like asking this question.
It's always, no.
Just one. There's a lot. There really
My daughter is super quiet, but she is hilarious. But she doesn't let you see it much. So the other night she was sick and she was on some like cough syrup stuff, and she started talking. and all the thoughts that were like in her head were coming out of her mouth. And it wasn't one thing she said. It was just a stream of consciousness about how funny she really is. She was just letting it all out, and it was awesome.
And
I
she was
couldn't
going to
stop
be
laughing.
thrilled that you shared that
I
story.
know.
All right. All right. It's Easter week. What is one Easter tradition you remember growing up? One thing you did growing up
So
on Easter.
we had, in Africa, we had this office building. It was like this 2-story building with a basement, and it was very large and very square. And me and my friends would run crazy, terrorizing the people who were supposed to be working there. But on Easter morning, we would have a sunrise service on the roof of that building. And I can still remember us all like sitting there in our little chairs, because I mean, how many times do you get to sit on the roof of a building? And that was really, really cool.
That's really cool. And
We did not do Easter egg hunts.
one of the things I think is awesome is we have in our home something Sarah's dad worked on as a Bible translator, and her mom and dad were over there doing this, but that is the Kisi language, the Bible in the Kisi language, and it's just really cool. So I think for me, one of my Easter memories was I'm not a big, necessarily everyday sunrise service kind of guy, but on Easter, I love it. We were out, I was out on the reservation where I lived for a lot of years in Arizona, and we're on this back deck, and we're on top of a mesa, and you just hear, as we're singing up there, just echoing as we're just singing about the hope we have in Jesus and his faithfulness, and just about him rising from the dead and conquering death. Just hearing that echo across that area was a huge memory for me, one that I will always hold dear. All right, so encouraging thing from this week. What's one thing that's been an encouragement to you this week?
That was a hard question.
I know.
Because there's been a lot. I don't mean like hard question
Yeah,
because
that's
like, it's been an
good to
awful week.
clarify. That's really good to clarify.
For me, I am very much fueled by seeing God's creation and nature that's around us. And this week, it just seems like things have been exploding in the flowers. And we have a little over there, a little bird nest, and the bird that visits us once a year. About 5 days ago, there was one little egg, and every day we've checked it, and there's been one more egg, and so now we have 5 eggs, and so we get to see her little face sticking out of like this little bird box hole in the mornings, and that's just things like that. I see the world coming alive, and it speaks a lot of encouragement and hope to me, because there's a lot of life in this hard situation the world is in right now, and it just breathes hope.
There we go. All right. Yeah, they are really cool birds. They have interesting names and everything. Our kids love checking on the eggs and all that, so we do call them our birds. I thought one just flew by, but it was something else. Hey, someone's mowing their lawn now. All right. So now it's time for lightning round. We'll try to go a little louder so that we can,
Here we go.
so you can hear. All right, are we ready?
Nope, I need my coffee. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know. This might be the hardest question you may have ever answered. Coffee or chocolate?
Coffee.
Oh, wow.
With
All
chocolate.
right. They're with chocolate. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
All right.
I don't really care.
I know. I was going to say that you probably don't.
I just made that one up.
Pastries or omelet?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I thought that'd be an easier
Chocolate
one.
croissant for pastry. I'm going to be very specific. But other than that, omelet.
Yeah, I thought you would just go straight omelet, but that's chocolate croissant. All right. Big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
Okay. Amusement park or day at the beach?
Beach.
I'm following it up with day at the beach
yeah.
or day in the mountains. I know.
Beach?
Beach. I thought that's what you would go with, but it's close. All right. Ninjas or pirates?
Ninjas.
Movies. Romantic comedy or Marvel movie?
Marvel.
Wow. All right.
I feel like I can overcome the world when I walk out of a Marvel movie.
We've got pizza, New York or Chicago style, and remember
See,
you're
I'm married to
me.
you,
I know,
so that's not a
This
fair question. I plead the fifth.
Maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, you know what? That's probably fair on this. All right. Spider-Man or Captain America?
Captain America.
And driving or flying?
Driving.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna ask
train.
you. Train. All right, there we go. I'm going to ask one bonus question because I haven't done this with anyone else yet, but favorite place you've ever traveled?
I have to say Amsterdam because it's like in my heart.
There we go. And the place you haven't been that is on your bucket list.
Israel.
Israel. All right. So there we go. You know what to get Sarah for her birthday, Christmas, whatever. Combine it all.
I said driving, but I'll fly.
Yeah, we won't take a train to
You don't
Israel.
fly.
Well, I hope you can see more of why she is so awesome. And I'm really glad that she joined me for Quarantine Questions with Brad, Sara edition. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.